Week 4 is here, and we have the Bison taking on Billings Senior here at Memorial Stadium. Bison coming off of their bye week. I talked to head coach Mark Sampson before the game. He says he doesn't think that the week off is going to negatively affect his team. It was a winter wonderland here this morning in October, but the show must go on for University of Providence. They have 2 soccer games going on tomorrow. Luckily, a few Argos have donated their time to make sure that those games will be played. This is a young team. This is a hungry team. Only 6 guys coming back from that championship team from last year. So the focus, a lot of it, is going to be on team chemistry. They say that Philadelphia is the city of brotherly love, but here in Fort Benton, Montana, that phrase has a whole new meaning. It's clear that with the confidence of their head coach and great on-field chemistry, Hayden and Garrett Deacons have what's needed to make a long-distance connection. Reporting in Fort Benton, Leo Goldman, SWX. Welcome into week 4 of the Friday Night Frenzy. Haley, we have got a busy evening tonight. A lot of huge games happening around the Treasure State. Haley, let's talk some Class B now. The Townsend Bulldogs remained in the 7th spot of our 406 MT Sports rankings this week. Weather outside may be starting to cool down, but the Grizz, they're just getting warmed up. And this is the time for teams to start making a push for the playoffs, separate the pretenders from the contenders. And 2 teams we expect to see in the postseason are Capital and Butte. Well, to quote the 6 God Drake, started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. Now, I can't confirm or deny that Aubrey Graham was talking about the Great Falls Voyagers 2019 season, but it does fit. But Tony Froelich fair, sending it back like cold soup at a diner. Almost looking for a receiver, he finds Teague, fought up the middle for a big pickup, but the drive stalls out just like my car. Heisman hopeful Justin Herbert shakes off the potential sack and whips a great throw to the best name in sports, Johnny Johnson III, for the Ducks touchdown. Number 2, Glacier taking on Capital, Parker Johnson. He's got no business making this catch, but this is Goldman's golden moments. We don't show incompletions. So we are in week 7 of the football season. I can't believe I'm saying that. It feels like we just started.
Exactly.
We've actually gone through 2 falls, 2 winters. I know the other day you guys had a practice in the snow.
We did.
Tell me about how fun that was. I know that has to be one of the more rewarding parts of your job. I sure hope you have all-wheel drive because you are going to need it.
Oh, that's ugly. That's ugly, and you can see he's in agony.
The dreaded torn ACL. With an average recovery time of nearly 8 months or more, it can be a devastating blow to any young athlete.
I laid there for a second trying to catch my breath.
Max Lane, a senior guard for the Fort Benton football team, tore his ACL week 3 of the season against Centerville, and when it happened, he didn't think it was as bad as it turned out to be.
I just kind of hopped up and wobbled back over to the sideline. My first thought was, well, this is really the only time I've ever thought about kind of laying there on the field. I didn't think it was that serious initially.
He's kind of a tough guy. Like, he's never really had any problems. And I thought maybe he just tweaked it up a little bit because I think he got in and tried to play again on it, and it didn't seem too bad.
But Max doesn't want to lay around and recover. After all, this is his senior year and his final go-around with his classmates. What he wants to do is get up, ball out, and compete for a state championship. Yes, even with a torn ACL, the last thing that he wants to do is take a break.
And sports have kind of been a part of my life forever, you know. There's a thing in the locker room that says, pain is temporary, greatness is forever. And so, to me, it's just a temporary thing that I kind of have to get through.
If he wasn't a senior, I wouldn't allow him to play this year, or try and talk him out of it at least. It would normally worry me for anybody else, but Max and I have sat down and we've talked, and we've kind of come to a conclusion where we're going to have kind of a pitch count with what he's going to help us out with. I'd rather have him at the end of the year for district divisional than at the beginning of the year.
It may seem crazy for Max to want to get back out there so quickly, but when time with your brothers is limited, doing something a little bit crazy can be completely justified.
Get up, Ryan, get off.
There you go. Good. There we go.
On the football field, Gabe Longan has been hitting the right notes for years. But off the field, Gabe has been focused on hitting a different kind of note.
At first, I really didn't want to do it. All my friends were in it. You know, freshman year, everyone takes it, but then my sisters have always been in it, and it's just been really fun, and it's also given me something else to do other than just sports and academics.
A running back for Great Falls High, Longan has been an excellent contributor for Mark Sampson's team, both on the field and off of it.
Well, you know, he's not really a rah-rah kid, but you can see, you know, I mean, he has the emotion, don't get me wrong, he has emotion in this game and stuff, but he's not really outspoken a lot.
It's a similar story in the choral area as well. As choir teacher Jordan Spiker attests, Gabe makes her job a little bit easier.
It's super important to have leadership in each section, and he's especially skilled at being a good example by not necessarily being assigned leadership roles, but he's always respectful, he has great attendance, he's attentive.
Whether it's on the field, in the choir room, or just in the classroom, it's clear that Gabe Longen is hitting all the right notes. In Great Falls, Leo Goldman, SWX.